All right, everybody. Welcome to today's episode one of the Geek Perspective. I am your host, Roy. On this episode, myself and my co-host, we're going to discuss news going on around the world, the comic stuff, Dragon Ball Z, Comic Con, and Kingdom Hearts video game. So keep watching. And this is where the music will kick in. We can put something down after this is over. We'll just grab something from thing. And all right, everybody, welcome to the show today. I am your host, Roy, and next to me is Derek. Derek, how you doing today?
Good, and yourself?
I am pretty freaking amazing.
Nice. Long day, though, for me. Just got out of work.
You suck. You got to work today. I did not have to work today. I have the weekend off.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Hey, Tom, over there. Tom's over there waiting patiently. Tom, what's going on with you, my friend?
What's going on, fellas? How you doing today?
We are very good, very good. Enjoying winter.
Yeah, can't beat New England winters, man. Can't beat them.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Now, this being our first episode, we were talking before the show that we're going to do some intros, talk about ourselves. So, Tom, why don't you kick us off and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're into?
All right. Well, hi, guys. I'm Tom. And, yeah, I've been doing Comic-Cons, I think, for about 6 years now. I think 6 years. Actually, Roy over here was my first Comic-Con friend.
Oh,
yeah.
Glad you out.
First guy I met there. We hung out, we hit it off, and we've been friends ever since. So yeah, over the course of this podcast, I'm going to be talking to you about my experiences at the cons, people I've worked with, people that I haven't worked with. On top of that, I'm also going to talk to you about indie comics, new releases, what's coming out, what's hot, what's not, all you need to know about new indie comic releases. Also, in future episodes, I'm going to talk to you about Funko Pops. If you're a casual collector or a hardcore collector, I got tips and games and all sorts of stuff regarding Pops. And yeah, and hopefully we'll get into some, we'll talk some TVs and movies too. I'm a big horror fan and love to get into talking horror or some comedy with you.
Awesome. And speaking of Pops, it was last Comic-Con that we were all racing around trying to get that It Pop.
Yes, sir.
And I had gotten a Pop a couple of years ago from my buddy's kid for Christmas, and I'm a big horror fan, so he got me an It Pop. I mean, not It Pop, a Evil Dead Pop.
Nice.
And I was like, "What is this?" That was pretty cool, so I just ignored it. And then this year, all of a sudden, running around with Tom, looking at all the Pops, I said, "I'm buying Pops." And since I've ordered a few, and now I've got like 10 Pops already since Comic-Con in November. I don't know if Tom actually said it, but we actually volunteer for Rhode Island Comic-Con, so we'll be talking a lot about that. But yeah, it's a crazy craze, and I've been sucked into it. And someone else has been sucked into it is my buddy here, Derek. So, Derek, tell a little bit about yourself, my friend.
I also collect the Pops. I'm also very impulse buying when it comes to them. Maybe 2 or 3 per trip, which is probably bad.
Yeah, it's addicting.
But I'm big into the anime and the video games, so that is most of my Pop collection. Got almost a whole set for One Piece. Just need a couple more characters for that. And I know Dragon Ball Z has a few special Pops. And a few should be coming out to go with the new movie that just came out a couple weeks ago, the Dragon Ball Z Super Broly. Although I'm yet to see the Broly Pop.
That's a hot one. I know a lot of people are looking for that right now.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest one so far came out in October at the New York Comic-Con when they did the Super Vegeta 9000 Pop.
Mm-hmm.
The hell is Super Vegeta? Sounds like something else, but I'm not going to say what it is. But
yeah, I don't know what it is.
So he's a Saiyan, and they have the ability to go Super Saiyan, which is the power up. Or if you watch the anime, they just yell, pretty much. The louder you yell, the more powerful you become. Don't get that. But so his is like the Majin Vegeta one. So when he was controlled by Majin Buu, he's got the little MV logo on his forehead. Christopher Sabat autographed a good chunk of them, and they limited it to two per person. So I was able to get one for me and one for a friend. And I know there's a pop app, Stashopedia.
Yes, my collection's on there.
For some reason, that pop is not valued on that app yet. The last time I checked,
Stashopedia, actually, they because there's also a pop price guide that you can check values of pops for. Stashopedia is more focused on Funko Pops, but they seem to get the prices a little bit after the PPG, because PPG they base the prices on what eBay is selling them for. So if it's sold for $40, that's what that's valued at until it sells for $50. You know, that's how PPG kind of works. Where Stash kind of it waits usually a couple months, the pop comes out, and then it gets put on Stashopedia. So I would assume soon it'll be on there. If it isn't now, I didn't know it wasn't now. I'm not an anime guy, but I assume it will be on there soon.
And this is for like a general pop question. I know obviously certain figures have multiple releases for it, like they come out in different colors, different variants. Now, the rarity of that, is that based on like a limited edition, or like what makes it more?
Yeah, limited editions. Essentially, how many are made is a big factor in the value. And nowadays, pops, like their runs are like 15 to 20K. So the value on a lot of pops aren't as high as they used to be. They used to be a lot more limited, and they would say it right on there. They'd be limited to 5,000. Some were limited to like 480 pieces, and those go for $5,000-$10,000 now. When they got such a small run of like 400 pieces. That and just kind of sort of the popularity or demand plays a role into the pricing too. You know, like Dragon Ball is huge right now with those pops. Like the one that you were just talking about, I know for a fact goes on eBay for hundreds and hundreds of dollars now. So
that's insane.
Yes,
that is totally crazy.
I cannot judge. I'm a pop collector, and I consider myself pretty hardcore, but I can't justify. Well, I don't buy anime stuff, but I can't, even on stuff I like, I can't really justify $200-$300 on a pop. You know,
right.
You know, I picked this guy up today. I love Conan O'Brien. Picked up Conan today.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
GameStop. He's dressed up in lederhosens. It's for his new special, Conan Without Borders. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool. All right, guys. So let's get into some TV news.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have heard a lot of what's going on, and feel free to jump in if you have anything you want to input. Kelsey Grammer. Do you guys know who Kelsey Grammer is?
Frasier,
yes. Also Cheers.
Yep.
He's going to be on the 150th episode of The Arrow. Can you imagine that? Kelsey Grammer on Arrow. This is according to Entertainment Weekly. The episode is entitled Emerald Archer. It's going to be like a fake documentary of Arrow and behind, kind of like a behind the scenes on the Arrow in the team. And Kelsey Grammer's role is going to be he's going to be like the narrator. So he's going to do the voiceover and narrate the episode of the documentary. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I'm for it. Why not?
Kelsey Grammer. Kelsey. Derek's over here was like, I have no idea who that is.
It's not fit, but hey, you never know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge Arrow fan personally, but
what?
I feel like
what's wrong?
I like the show, but I'm not huge into it.
Like Arrow is the one that has the celebrity guests. Like Arrow is the one that, for whatever reason, has all the celebrity guests on it. Like they had Cody Rhodes from WWE on it.
Right? Yes.
Really, I didn't see that episode.
Yeah, he dyed his hair black He's been on like 3 or 4, I think.
Really?
That I might be even lowballing that. Yeah, he's been on a few episodes.
Yeah, he was in for the mid-season finale when
maybe I don't recognize him with dyed hair.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's had blonde hair for so long now.
Yeah.
When he dyed it black, it was like, holy shit. I remember him when he had black hair, so it was easier for me to recognize him.
Yeah.
Now, Glenn Winter is decorating the episode. Directing, actually.
You decorate the episode. You just throw some sprinkles on it.
Hey, don't pick on sprinkles. I don't know this guy's name. Mark Guggenheim. Really? That's Guggenheim?
I'm gonna guess.
All right, I'm gonna go with this boy here and Emilio Ortiz. They're writing the episode, so it should be a good episode. I'm looking forward to seeing Fraser Crane narrating an episode of Arrow.
Yeah.
That should be really interesting. And there are rumors swirling about the Punisher. I don't know if you guys have watched the Punisher, if you like the Punisher, or if you care about the Punisher. I've only watched the first one so far, but it's a great show. And there's rumors swirling that it's going to be canceled. And then now I'm hearing that there's going to be a season 3. So will season 3 be the last season?
I heard they all got canceled.
Was that?
I heard that all of those got canceled. That's on Netflix, right?
Yes. It's not been canceled yet, officially yet.
Okay. Because I worked with a guy who's into those shows, and he said they all got canceled, even like Jessica Jones, which I'm a huge fan of Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
And I was like, like they're really good.
They're all getting canceled because of Disney.
Like they were gonna get probably like 1 month after it got released, because that's what happened with the other ones, like Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Yeah, the rumor,
and then even Daredevil.
Rumor is that the Punisher is going to have a season 3. That's the rumor right now. Whether it happens, who knows? Season 2 just got released, so who knows? Yeah. It might never even happen, but we all knew this was coming. There's no way it wasn't coming. And John Bernthal actually said that he actually made peace with the Punisher's possible cancellation. Now, we all know Iron Fist got canceled. That show sucked. No surprise there.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Luke Cage got canceled. Daredevil got canceled. And the star of that show, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, he just signed a petition to bring the show back, which is not going to happen because Disney, was that? Charlie Cox. Yes, thank you. Charlie Cox. He signed a petition because he wants to do it. And it's because Disney. They're launching their own streaming service. So at some point, you're going to be able to get into that. Me personally, I'm not a DC guy necessarily. I like Arrow. I like The Flash. My buddy's got me watching Supergirl a little bit. It's still kind of like a girly show to me.
Yeah.
But I like a couple of those TV shows. The movies, don't get me started. But fans have reportedly been pissed about the Daredevil cancellation. And they started a campaign to save the show, which we all know is not going to happen.
That was like the best one of all of them.
Yeah, it was definitely the best show. But again, Disney owns everything. So
yes, they do. They own the world.
Yep. So I was reading yesterday that Disney hasn't told them to cancel all the shows, but that they're doing it on their own. Well, I don't believe that, but
yeah, I doubt it.
Take that for a grain of salt because we all know it's all about money, and Disney wants the money.
Yeah.
So, and how about Batwoman? Get its pilot. What's that?
When does it start, or did it already?
It hasn't started yet. They got approved for a pilot. We all know from the crossover event Elseworlds, Batwoman was introduced. I had kind of mixed views. But overall, I think it was good. I think it could be a really good show. But CW, I guess, CW was really impressed with the episode that Batgirl was in, so they ordered up a pilot episode. So that's cool. That's going to be pretty awesome. So let's see what happens. And Caroline Dresses, who wrote Batwoman's introduction into the Elseworld universe, she's actually scripting the Batwoman pilot, and for Batwoman's role in the Elseworld, that was really good. I think that. What do you think? That I think that was really good.
Finally has one of the DC shows finally go into Gotham.
Yeah.
And not just talk about Gotham. Like Smallville never had Batman in their thing, but they had Aquaman, Flash, and all those. And
right,
those are the same characters we're seeing now in this Arrowverse. So it's nice to finally see Gotham getting involved.
Yeah, out of all the DC shows, I think
Gotham's my favorite.
Gotham's pretty cool. I mean, I don't watch the Gotham TV show. I know a lot of people that do.
That's so good.
Loves it.
I love that panel. Like I went to it every year. Like they had it in New York.
Yeah.
And the last time I went, I actually won a lottery where I got a poster signed by the entire cast that was there.
That's pretty cool.
And
the entire cast of Gotham?
I think only 3 people hadn't signed it because they weren't there. It was
awesome, dude.
Barbara Lee, who was at Rhode Island Comic-Con, so I got her autograph for it there.
Nice.
And then her friend, who they killed it recently.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yep, I know. They just killed her off a few episodes ago. So,
spoiler alert. I don't watch it.
Oh, dude, it is by far. I mean, that and The Tick are my 2 favorite.
The Tick is awesome.
Season 2 is confirmed for early this year. Yeah,
that's awesome. I love The Tick.
That and
what you missing? You watch Gotham? Watch The Tick.
Oh, The Tick is great. It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, Amazon. That's why
it's on Amazon Prime, and yeah, the season 2 is confirmed, and yeah, unfortunately, this is the last season of Gotham. You know, right now supposedly, and it's I think gonna be the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming out soon. I think that.
Yeah, it looks like this is the end of that.
You know, I love that show. Those are my 3 top superhero shows right there.
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's cool. As far as Batwoman goes, get back on subject here. Will this door open up? What do you guys think will Batman actually appear on Arrow now? Or will he actually appear on any other shows? Or will he even appear on Batwoman now, you think? Or will we have Batman in the Arrowverse?
I don't think it'll be Batman. I think the Arrowverse will be limited to Batgirl for now until they decide that they want to have Bruce Wayne come back from his hiatus.
Yeah, and what is up with that hiatus? That was the dumbest thing out of the whole thing. Like he's on a hiatus. You know, what does that mean? He said, you know what? Fuck you all. I hate you all. Suck. I'm gonna leave for a while.
Maybe he went to go find himself.
Yeah, well, maybe because last I heard they weren't gonna follow the DC universe like Marvel is, that they're going to do their own thing, which I think is crazy. I think they should have followed.
Yeah, let's not be Marvel and be successful by following the comics.
Oh, exactly. That it's ridiculous. It's totally insane.
But they got them to get away with it because it's all precursor to him being Batman. So they had they had freedom to do whatever they wanted.
That was the one show that I think in the whole DC universe that you had total reign. Was there ever even a comic book of Gotham?
Not that I know of, but.
No, I think like everything in that show is
original. See, that's cool.
I want to say that the actors they got for Riddler and Penguin killed their roles.
Oh yeah. Oh, I 100% agree with you. Oh, Penguin's my favorite on there, and whoever the actor that plays the Riddler is fantastic as well. I 100% agree.
Yeah, again, I don't watch the show, but I will say
you don't know what
the actors. I've seen the actors, and I've seen clips. They got some really good actors for that.
Yeah,
really good. All right, we're gonna jump into some movies now. Going into some movies.
All right.
You guys hear that there's a new Ghostbuster movie?
I did hear.
Yeah,
I did hear it. I didn't see a trailer yet. So.
Nope, it's just in development right now. See, it could be promising. The original director, Ivan Reitman, is back on board, so that's very promising.
Is this supposed to be a reboot again, or is this?
No, I think it's going to be a
continuation from the guy's version.
I think it's going to be a split from the guy's version.
Okay.
I thought I read maybe a part 3. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what they said. That his son Jason Reitman is co-writing and directing the movie, so that's going to be cool. Got to get a little boy involved. That's so awesome.
Be the same actors?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I know the woman that did the female version. They're pissed. They, I guess they were supposed to do another women's movie, and obviously get scrapped because no one liked
they
the
should
movie.
probably just make it co-ed so that squashes that issue.
Make it co-ed. Yeah, that. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a sequel to the 1984's Ghostbusters 2. I think that's the plan right now. So I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But it won't have the connection to the 2016 Ghostbusters Answer the Call. So that's a good thing, I think.
Well, because like I didn't watch the remake, like the reboot for like the girls version, but I'd never heard anything good about it.
No, nothing at all. I haven't seen it because everyone says it sucks, and I'm sure I'll watch it at some point. And
when it comes on TV,
maybe
if there's nothing else on.
I know, right? And then you have the movie Shazam. Come on, Shazam. What are you laughing at?
I finally
Come on, Tom. Shazam's freaking awesome. Tom, what are you laughing at? Why are you guys laughing? When I was a kid, I watched Shazam. I was a man. Was that?
I know nothing about Shazam.
You're a Shazam. But I want to talk about this because this is why DC sucks so bad. The Shazam budget, Shazam budget is reportedly between 80 and 90 million. It's the smallest film DC in the whole extended universe, which is another reason why Marvel's better.
Well, I was gonna say that just sounded cheap for a movie.
Well, that's what I mean.
Especially like a superhero movie.
Yeah, 80 to 90 million. I mean,
it's the smallest budget.
He's supposed to be like a comedy hero.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Supposed to be like a serious one.
Yeah. And this was according to Screen Rant. And during the Screen Rant interview in the article, DC is saying they want to become more director driven. This is paraphrasing from the interview. And make sure the films are true to the characters of the DC comics the readers have come known to love for years. And they probably should have done that all along. I hate when you take comic books, turn them into a movie, and then jack it all up because you want to do something cool and different and totally destroy a good character, which they've done over and over. And Marvel's done the same thing. They both have done it. Marvel has figured it out and done a lot better job. But
see, like, I'm gonna go off on like a little bit of a tangent and say, like, because I know the comics, like, I don't know how much continuity they have from book to book for each character, but like the difference with comics and superheroes versus like manga and anime, the manga has continuity from beginning to end, like an overall story, like side stories and all that other stuff. But the animation is the manga, like pretty much page for page, just drawn and acted out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's better.
Right. And Shazam is the first movie with this new attitude, so we'll have to see how it actually all plays out. And now, with this new attitude, Aquaman has made over $1 billion. Aquaman, $1 billion.
Growing up as a kid, Aquaman was my favorite superhero.
Well, you're a weirdo anyway.
You're saying it.
Aquaman, come on.
Hey, man.
Swim in the ocean with fish.
70% of the world, man. 70% of the world is water. That's all I'm saying.
Superman, but like when he's in the water.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, all you do is go out of the water. It's like.
But then you can say that for Superman. Oh, just put him next to a rock. A green rock.
Yeah, exactly. Well, carry a green rock with you, But I want to say, I'm going on record right now. I don't care what DC does. It's not going to matter. Because we still have Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, one of the worst movies ever. Ever.
Our moms have the same names. Let's be friends.
Yeah, ridiculous. All right, we're gonna pause you guys for a minute. I gotta put my charger in. So after the we'll cut that.
Okay.
All right, so you guys talk about yourselves for a minute. I'm gonna plug in my battery into my laptop.
Don't touch any of the other wires or the lights.
Oh God, wait.
Don't break anything.
Oh man.
Well, but like I was saying, for like with the animation for anime being like page for page with manga, for the most part, outside of their filler, which is canon, it doesn't matter. I just feel like it's truer to the story, and I feel like that's what the fans like about that, is that it stays true.
So what is the difference between anime and manga?
Anime is the animation of the manga, like.
Oh, okay.
So it's literally just that, like page for page, like almost word for word. I mean,
the cat is staring at you. What the fuck's he talking about?
But it just brings the pages to life, and there's like, if you hear like stuff like filler episode, it's just content that the anime does, so the anime can keep doing an episode a week or every other week or however it stares out. Because I want to say each episode may be 5 or 6 chapters of manga. So it takes a while for a manga to turn into an anime.
Oh, okay.
And I think maybe depending on the anime, like, or the manga.
Did you really just talk about something we talked about on the podcast?
Yeah.
You an idiot.
It doesn't say stop broadcast.
I heard. I wasn't quite paying attention, and then I sit down. I'm like, they have a discussion about stuff that we talk about on the podcast. Bastard. All right. So we're gonna do news is done. I'm done with my news. It was kind of all over the place a little bit. That's all done. So you want to Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, we can go with the anime stuff.
All right. So should I introduce you to Dragon Ball Z? How do we want to segment into the next segment?
Well, so since we're talking about movies, now we can go to the anime side and say Dragon Ball Z Super Broly came out 2 weeks ago.
So you want me to introduce you? Like, all right, so let's do that. Let's yeah. All right.
So am I starting over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce it. Well, you can't just go on because it's a long piece of drama. Okay. You gotta have segments. Okay. Okay. All right. Now that the news is all over, now we can get into some of the fun stuff that you all been waiting for. First up is this guy here, Derek. Going to talk about some anime and Dragon Ball Z. On you, Derek.
All right, so for everyone who is in the anime world already knows, and for those who don't, Dragon Ball Z Super Broly just launched in America on the 13th of the month. It is essentially almost like a reboot of the character Broly himself, which is a canon character. He has nothing to do with any of the Dragon Ball Z series. But they made it for Super, so when he fights Goku and Vegeta, like they go to Super Saiyan God, so they can do their Super Saiyan stuff. And the character Broly, he's a Saiyan from planet Vegeta before it blew up by Frieza. He was banished to some far-off planet for having so much latent power that Vegeta's father, King Vegeta, thought it would destroy the planet. So...
And you watch this?
Yes, because then you have...
You're putting me to sleep here.
Like you would fall asleep just watching a regular anime because you don't watch it.
I like anime. I like real anime.
Didn't you watch Dragon Ball Z?
No, I don't watch that crap. I watch some real anime.
And what animes did you watch?
He watches the dirty stuff.
That's hentai.
Oh,
that's a different word.
Hentai, anime, it's all the same.
No, don't be ignorant like my friend who every time we say anime, he's like, oh, tentacle porn?
No, I watched Guy King back in the day. That's when anime became popular, actually.
That's too old for me.
Yeah, it is very too old for you. That's real anime. That's the good stuff.
So like, the big boy stuff I started watching was Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon. Those were the first two big ones that, like, when I was a kid.
Right.
And they were on Cartoon Network.
Exactly. On the Cartoon Network. When I was a kid, we watched on channel 38. There was no Cartoon Network. There was no cable back then when I was a kid. That's how old I am, you bastards.
Yeah, I don't think when I was a kid, we just started getting cable. Like when I was a kid, actually, I'm getting up there in age. So
I still remember VCRs and stuff, which still had the cable boxes. It wasn't dish and stuff.
I can, now we're changing the subject, but I can remember I had a Texas Instruments, well, my father did when I was a kid, a Texas Instruments computer, which had 2 big boxes, picture 2 VCRs as components. And if you wanted to play a game, you actually had to write out all the script.
Yep.
Yourself.
You got to like run and yep.
I know this because one day my father will let this computer alone. And I'm like, oh, I want to play on the computer. Well, I changed it from where it was. And he was writing out, at that time, it was like a Pac-Man game. He was writing it out. And he made me write the whole entire thing myself to teach me not to touch his computer. So I wrote the whole thing out, but then I got to play it though. So that was really cool. But you think something like that would drive me into computers, and no, it drove me away from computers because writing all that script sucked royally. It really sucked.
Using
back in the old days.
Wow.
It did. It sucked. It sucked royally. So anyway, Dragon Ball Z.
So back to Broly.
So will you just give us a overview of the whole show?
Just like a quick overview of the movie. Okay. Because for those who don't know how Dragon Ball Z works, Goku and Vegeta are Saiyans.
You want to get close to the microphone so they can hear what you're saying?
So for a Saiyan, they have multiple levels when they power up. You have your regular Saiyan, which is your base form, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. The difference is like their hair turns yellow, gets longer the more they power up. For Super Saiyan 3, their face gets a little more angrier. And then for Dragon Ball Super, they introduced 2 more levels. Super Saiyan God, which the original version is they have red hair. It would make them as powerful as a god, so they have a different energy. Or ki, or however you want to say it. And then they have Super Saiyan Blue, which is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. If that makes sense.
You lost me at how you doing? That's where I got lost.
The more they scream, the powerful they become. So whoever yells the loudest wins.
So their power comes from screaming?
That's how they power up. I don't know. I didn't write it.
But you like it. That's
what makes Broly different is he can't control his energy. So he powers up, but he doesn't go through the changes like the regular say.
He hasn't reached puberty.
It's just like insane the power levels that he would have.
So you're saying he has to reach puberty? Is that what it is?
No.
I thought it was funny.
I don't know why he can't control his power. They never said that in this movie.
So he gets his power, but he just can't control it? Or what do you mean by can't control it? Like what happens?
It's pretty much like a rage. So he gets blinded and just starts fighting. And he just won't stop until he's defeated. So basically dead.
So he gets super mad and then he just goes berserk essentially and just fucks everybody up.
Yeah, and his power level can compete with Goku at Super Saiyan God Blue.
Okay.
Without going through all those physical changes.
Okay.
So there's a lot of fighting going on in that movie.
Now, so is there a TV show or is it just a movie?
Dragon Ball Z Super Broly is the movie for it, but there is an anime for it, which is just Dragon Ball Super. But however, like most anime films, they don't correlate to the story of the anime itself. It's just like a side story for like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Tom, wake up.
It'd be really cool if we introduced some of these characters into the regular story.
I'm lost, but I'm interested. I'm just lost.
Well, one thing I can guarantee everybody out there that Derek knows a lot about anime. So if nothing else, we're going to learn a lot about anime. We might not learn anything else, but we will learn about anime because
This is the only anime where the characters power up by screaming. Everything else is normal. Although the sayings like they do train, like you see them training and sparring to raise their power level.
I dated a girl once who powered up by screaming. Doom. All right. What other things do you want to talk about?
There's the Kingdom Hearts video game.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. So
now tell us the backstory about Kingdom Hearts, because I remember somewhat about it, but it's escaping me for some reason.
So for Kingdom Hearts, the new game comes out this Tuesday, Kingdom Hearts 3, which is technically like the 6th or 7th game for it.
6th or 7th game?
Yeah.
On what system? All of them?
It started with PlayStation only. I don't believe it was for Xbox.
Yeah, you're right.
And then that was placed. It was Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, and I want to say 356 half days are the ones for PlayStation. And then they did come out with one for the Nintendo DS, which was Dream Drop Distance. So this one, I believe, if I heard right, is supposed to be the final game in the franchise. And it's the simpler way to put it is it's a crossover between Disney and Final Fantasy. So it's like the Final Fantasy characters with the Disney characters.
I was never a big fan into Final Fantasy. I played Final Fantasy 7, I think it was. And that was the first one I had played. And I don't know. I was never a big fan of Final Fantasy. I just couldn't get into that game.
It's funny because like I never played the Final Fantasy games either. I just did it from more like the Disney side, and like reading the back of the games, you can see like it's a story, and it's like a really good story, and it's a very complex story at that.
Yeah, but, not again change the subject, but not change the subject. Speaking of games, Tom, we were at work one day. In case everyone doesn't know, Derek and I work together, and we were at work one day, and I found out, oh, he likes video games, blah blah blah, and I was like, dude, do you play Friday the 13th? He goes, no, I don't play horror games.
I can't do the horror games. I can't do that.
Now, we all know the problems that Friday the 13th is going through, the problems they're having. Please, Gun Media, fix this. I love Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is like my favorite game in the whole planet. It's an awesome game. And sadly, it's going to die a slow death, it looks like, but hopefully I'm wrong and they can bring it back. Tom, do you play any games?
I do actually. Currently, I have Xbox. Currently, I playing South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
South Park, I love South Park.
Yeah, it's actually a great game. A friend of mine at work was talking about it, and I was just like, I don't know. I played previous South Park games, but it's really good, and they've released 2 DLCs since to continue the game on. If you beat it, you can keep going. I haven't beat it. Unfortunately, with my schedule, I don't play a ton of video games, but yeah, that's when I play. And the Walking Dead series, I'm on season 3 of the Walking Dead series. They right. Released it in seasons on Xbox there, and it's a little different than the show. It follows different characters and stuff, but it's really cool. So those are the 2 games that I'm into right now.
Awesome, that's pretty awesome. So you're going to be covering all things anime. You're going to educate us on
I'm going to educate you on anime, the ones that I plan to watch. I know they said this at one of the anime conventions, and I don't know if it was Funimation or Crunchyroll or Aniplex or all of them. I want to say like they have their seasons like regular TV shows, like season. You go
to the anime convention, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you could videotape some stuff and we can show the viewers.
Maybe I already did.
Oh! Stay tuned, people. We might have some goodies to show you.
But I want to say for like each season, like a fall season, winter season, they launched 26 to 32 new animes.
Really?
Yep. And I want to say of those, I think it's Funimation. They simuldub 5 of them. So as they air in
Wow.
Japan, you get them the same or the next day or the same day in English, dubbed.
Interesting. They know where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tom. Tom, in case y'all don't know, and I and Derek all work for the, I mentioned earlier, we volunteer for the Rhode Island Comic Con down in Rhode Island. And just so we all know, we're not affiliated with them. We're not affiliated with any convention, but we're going to be talking about conventions and keeping everyone up to date on when the conventions are, and give people knowledge of what's going on at the convention so they can stay up to date and what's going on. So, Tom, talk about some of your experiences at Rhode Island Comic Con.
All right, like I said before, guys, it's either my 5th or 6th year now volunteering. I can't remember, but yeah, I got into it. I was looking for something to do. A couple of friends of mine, when I was living in Chicago, had volunteered at the Chicago Comic Con, and they had loved it. And so years later, blah blah blah, I was in I had moved back to Rhode Island, and for some reason I saw it, and I said, "Oh, I think I'll volunteer." And I did. I volunteered, and well, I put in an application to volunteer, and I wanted to be a guest liaison and work with a celebrity, and I got picked too. And I had a great time. It was awesome. I mean, the experience was great. The people were great. That's how I met Roy. It was yeah, it was just fantastic. And, yeah, so I continued to do it because it's just a lot of fun, and it's work, but it's not really work. It's like that saying, if you love what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life. You know, I love doing that. And so yeah, I've been doing it ever since, and like Roy's been coming back ever since, which is great because you come back and you kind of have this what do we call it? The con family, you know, you have your con friends and stuff, and it's people that maybe you don't talk to every day or every week or even every month, but you come back once a year and you get right back into the groove. Everybody kind of fits right in, knows their place, and it's great. Yeah, I loved it. So yeah, my experience as I've been working as a guest liaison for the past 6 years, doing other stuff as well, but primarily working with the celebrities and sitting with them, taking the photos and collecting money. And it's a lot of fun. And it's a little insider tip. It's a good way to get into the cons for free. It really is, it's like
so true. Everyone should volunteer.
Cons,
people.
Yeah, it's so that was another thing. It was just like I really wanted to go to a Comic-Con, and it was like, but I really didn't want to pay, $150, $200 for a 3-day pass. And you can volunteer, get in for free. Why not? And then come to find out that I loved it. So yeah, so I really wanted to talk about is like, my experiences and, what people are curious about cons and stuff. Are there any like specific questions about cons that that people have, Roy, that like people ever wonder about cons or anything like that?
I think it's a lot of this general questions. Like I myself also am a guest liaison. I've been doing it for like 6-7 years. And one common question is when the con opens up, everybody asks, when do the celebrities get here? That's gonna be like one of the most asked questions that I get at a convention is when are they coming back or when do they get here? And the one thing I could say, and you guys can answer this also, is that whoever I've been with, they get there when they get there, essentially.
Yep.
But if they're not there, it could be several different reasons. It could be at a photo op, they could be at a meet and greet, they could be doing anything. Anything's possible.
They could be eating lunch,
but they could be eating breakfast. They could be anything. I mean, I've had celebrities coming into the convention walking in, and they get stopped for various number of reasons, and some things can't be helped.
Yeah.
But one thing I can say is they will be there as soon as they can, because they're there to make money.
Yeah,
They're not there to hang around and do absolutely nothing. They want to make money, and that's called what it is. That's what they're there for. So believe me, though fans can get a little aggravated, most don't, which is amazing to me. Fans are great. If people, only thing I can say is people be patient, they'll be there. What do you think? There are some questions that fans might want to know.
Well, I've been volunteering at this con too for 2 years now, but unlike you guys with your liaison position, I do security.
He's a tough guy.
I get to escort all the famous people throughout the building, whether it's to like a panel or a photo.
Let's call it what it is. You hold their hand and bring them to the next place. That's all you know.
No pictures.
It is a rule.
Mm-hmm.
But for that, I feel like I deal with more like the questions from their managers for the con more than I actually deal with like the people attending. I mean, obviously, like if I'm going to grab a celebrity, it's like, oh, can I get in before you take them, or like for like a picture or an autograph before you take them to wherever they're going, or when will they be back, or are they here all weekend, or what days if their signs don't say it. Like those are the common ones that I've had so far.
Nice. How about you, Tom? What do you think that people might want to know?
Well, I mean, like you said, I would say after you said that really resonated with me. It clicked. Yeah, when are the celebrities going to be there? That is the number one question. And I mean, for the most part, like you said, guests are really good about it. But you do have those occasional ones that get mad at you, and you're like, I'm just here, I'm just a volunteer, like I'm not his manager, I'm not him or her, or and they'll be here when they be here. And like you said, they're here to make money. You know what I mean? That's their profession. Their faces, their livelihood. So aside from that, I mean, I don't know of too many questions, but other stuff I wanted to focus on in cons, and what I'm going to bring to you in the coming, episodes are more dates. I do know for a fact that Rhode Island Comic Con is November 1st through the 3rd this year, 2019. And, but I'm going to be bringing you some more dates and guests as they start announcing the Comic-Con, Rhode Island Comic Con. I think they actually announced somebody yesterday, but that's pretty early. This is early for Comic-Con. Usually you start hearing more in the spring and then into the summer, and then you get your last minute ones. But yeah, I'm going to keep you up to date on all these cons around the country. I'm sure Roy is too. And, we'll give you dates, celebrities, who's going to be there, artists, vendors, all that jazz.
Yeah. Do you want to hear how I got involved with the convention?
Yes.
It's a funny story. I can't give out any names, but I got contacted by a friend of mine who is she's not doing it anymore, but she was booking the celebrities. And she also worked with me, and she approached me one day and said, "Hey, I need a favor." And I was like, "Well, what's up?" And she goes, "You want to volunteer for Terracon, which is the sister of Comic-Con?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, Terracon." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He says, "It's like Comic-Con, but it's all horror people." I'm like, "Ooh, I love scary stuff."
Nice.
I'm like, "Sure, why not? What do I have to do?" And I was kind of leery because you just never know, you never know what you have to do. So I was kind of like, but she goes, "We have a difficult celebrity, and we want somebody with him that can take care of him." And I'm like, "Yeah, it won't be a problem, sure." So I went, and there was some rumors about the celebrity that I won't get into again. And they just wanted to make sure that he was safe and that everyone was safe, blah, blah, blah. So I met him, and come to find out through the weekend, found out that rumors were spread about this celebrity that weren't true. They were absolutely not true. And I was even shown evidence that wasn't true by the celebrity. And so one thing I can say is, first off, never believe everything you hear.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, something, it wasn't bad because obviously he didn't do what he was being accused of, but something unfortunate actually got me involved in the convention. And he and I became very friendly, ironically, and we actually we still conversate once in a while on Twitter, but not too often. But once in a while we'll talk and just say hi or whatever. But for all circumstances, this person was a great person, awesome human being, and that got me into conventions. And it actually showed me that most celebrities, like you always hear the bad stuff about celebrities and how they're pains in the asses and how they're prima donnas and blah 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 blah. And our convention, we get some of the coolest, nicest people to come to a convention. You know, I time in and time out, I've seen these celebrities will stay longer to talk to people, which they're not getting paid for to do that. I'll see them walking to go get some food. People will stop and say hi to them. They'll say hi to them. You know, over and over again, these celebrities have been doing it backwards with their fans, and it's really awesome to see. And because of that, I support them because I like supporting good people. And if I see celebrities that are really, really awesome people, and I don't care what they were in. I don't care if they were in anime. I'd watch it because they were. But, I've started watching or seen a movie because a certain celebrity was in it because they were nice to me at the convention, or I've seen them interact with their fans and being awesome with their fans. So, you know, that's how I got into it, and you know, I go every year, and it's a great time. If you've ever wanted to meet celebrities, if you've ever wanted to, you know, go to an awesome convention, Rhode Island Comic Con is an awesome convention, and I'd say you volunteer. And I looked it up on my tablet. Tom, were you talking about John Barrowman, the celebrity that just got announced for Comic Con?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Yep, I have him right here.
Yeah.
He actually was on Torchwood. You guys ever watch Torchwood?
No.
Torchwood? No.
No. He watches Dragon Ball Z, but won't watch Torchwood.
Never heard of it.
Snooty man. No.
I don't have. I don't have TV.
It's beneath it. You don't have TV. You live on a rock. What do you mean you don't have TV?
I pay for 3 subscriptions.
Oh.
I pay for Netflix, Funimation, and Crunchyroll. Other than that, I DVR shit at my parents' house and whatever I get from there, so I never watch commercials.
Tom, did you watch that Torchwood?
No, I'd never even heard of it. What's it about?
Really gonna ask me this now?
That's what you get for relying on us to know shit.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember. I'm drawing a total blank on what it was about.
So we have 2 guys that don't know anything about it, and 1 guy that can't remember.
Hey, I'm an old man. I'm lucky I remembered how to set this crap up today for this stupid thing we're doing. Jesus. What was it about? It's a really good show too. I'll pick it up and I will have it for the next episode.
We could talk about Arrow since he's an Arrow while you think about what Torchwood is.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna look it up right now. Your punch bags.
Yeah, I'm looking it up as we speak too. Torchwood, huh? Oh, it popped right up.
You know, the one guy who likes going on his phone all the time is just sitting there yapping at me.
Oh, its predecessor was Doctor Who.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So does that mean it's a spinoff?
I didn't even know that.
Okay, here we go. Synopsis. The series is set inside a branch of a covert agency called the Torchwood Institute, where Dashing Commander-in-Chief Jack Harness leads Torchwood 3.
Ho-ho!
They're an ace team of experts as it investigates unexplained extraterrestrial incidents on Earth. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I do all that.
So what channel did this come on?
I can't even talk. It is or it was on either Netflix or Amazon.
I'm trying to see right now. A spin-off from the 2005 revival of Doctor Who. It's a spin-off of the 2005 revival of Doctor Who. It was on BBC worldwide. BBC Wales. Stars carried it in America.
See all these channels that you have to pay.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, because it was BBC 3, BBC 2, BBC 1, and then Stars had season 4 of it.
You could buy a season of it and watch it. Might be pretty cheap.
No, TV on DVD is usually $40 to $60.
No,
yes,
I've seen them online for $10-15 for seasons.
It depends on when you buy them.
This thing was on like 10 years ago, dude. It's not gonna be $40 for this show. You know what? You're a pain in the ass. It is not gonna be.
Maybe it was $20 for VCR.
What's that?
Maybe it was $20 for VCR.
No, bastard. It was not. All right, I'm gonna look it up right now. Now I'm getting back off my stuff now.
I'm looking up, seeing how much season 1 costs.
Thank you.
Let's see. Are we going on eBay?
Probably
season 1 for $15.95.
Oh, look at that. $15.95.
Thing.
Yeah, that's $15 I have.
61.
What's that?
$8.61 you can get it for.
Oh, I told you.
And it benefits charity.
What's that?
It benefits charity too.
Come on, Derek. It benefits charity.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
or we can all get together some weekend. I have Amazon Prime. I'll get together and watch
why
it.
do I got to spend it? Well, the charity's probably a good charity, but if you can watch it for free,
I can watch it for free.
Yeah, I was just curious.
I would watch it actually, if you guys ever wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I have Amazon Prime too.
We could even do it remotely if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, we could actually we could either record an episode and watch it, or watch it and then just talk about it too. All right, so yes.
Yeah, fuck that other fourth guy that we were supposed to have.
Yes, so everyone knows we had a fourth gentleman who was supposed to join us, but he was a little confused at what life bestowed on him today. He was unavailable when he thought he would be available, so he's not here. So
to be fair, we had planned to do this last week, but we got that lovely New England winter.
Yes, and up here in New England, we get crazy weather and crap happens, and we were unable to record because our friend here won't use his phone to hop on with us for some reason. But it's not a big deal. We
there was a Pokemon tournament day.
Oh, that was the real reason. I see how it is.
We finished that before the snow.
This was our first episode, everybody. For Derek, for Tom, I want to thank you all, whoever watches this craziness. And we were going to have lots more craziness on this show. It's going to be fun. We're going to discuss movies and TV shows and video games and anything in pop culture. So with that, now I say have a good night, and we will all talk to you soon. Have a good night, everybody.